gentlemen. Oh. This is the TOEFL class. Look at that. See? So this is the Team 3's project. We're just going to go through it just so there's a record of their work. And so, folks, while you're they've got an evaluation form they got to fill out. All right, so we'll just finish this up. This will probably take about 10, 15 minutes roughly. As you're finishing up, just kind of make some comments on how do you think Team 3, even if you are on Team 3, I don't think, who's on Team 3? Oh, I remember it was, hold on, right here. Oh, yeah, you and I, oh, it's Emily and Echo. All right, so yeah, even if you're on Team 3, you can make comments about how you think, how it went. I'll, at the end, I'll have you guys turn this in. Be sure to put your name on it, okay? So I can give you a quiz grade for having filled it out. That's all you're going to do. I will make a copy of all this, make a PDF and then disseminate it to everybody. But my idea was I'm just going to, you know, after I grade your quiz, I'm going to cross out your name so you're anonymous. Maybe you're concerned, oh no, I wrote down something bad about this team and I don't want them to read that. Don't worry, you're going to remain anonymous, but I'll give you a quiz. Yeah. So I figured out a system. Yeah. Feel free to write something very honest. Like, oh, that was terrible. Oh, whatever. Go back to level 6. No, whatever you want to write there. Don't do that. No, I'm just kidding. Constructive. Useful. Yeah. Okay. So here we go, y'all. This is Team 3. You're all set? All right. Now let's just go and do it. Get this out of the way. So imagine you're a TOEFL student and you're going to take the test, and this is the first speaking question that comes up. Let's see. Speaking question number 1.
Some people prefer living in places with warm, sunny summers, while others enjoy places with cold, snowy winters. Which type of climate do you prefer? And what are 2 reasons why this kind of weather is better for you? Use specific examples to support your answers.
Okay. I like the length of the question. It's not too long, not too short. I've seen them about that long. It's pretty clear what the student's supposed to do. I got 2 choices. Yeah, what kind of weather you like? Either cold, snowy winters, or warm summers, right? They don't have the choice of fall or autumn, right? Nice. Usually there's not 2 reasons. I don't know. They give the option of give reasons. Maybe they'll have a chance to maybe give 1 or something. That's the only thing I'll mention. I like the delivery of how you read it. Very natural flow. The intonation fell when it needed to fall, and the way you read that question made it very easy for me to comprehend it. It's very manageable, I think. That was a strong speaking question number 1. All right, well done. Okay, here's speaking question number 2. Go away. All right, speaking question number 2. Going to read an announcement from a college campus. So, all right. It's more of a comment on social media than a. Usually, it's the length of it is probably about this is probably 30% of what you normally see. But it's usually about 100 words. Okay. The reason why they want to make it about 100 words, so it's challenging to try to find the details to include in your answer. Right. We will like to inform you. We will like to inform all students. First of all, I recognize that. I think at the last minute you were able to put this in. I didn't get a chance to look it over and edit it. So let me see. Maybe you guys you can shout out maybe ways I can improve the phrasing of this. Yeah. We will like to inform all students and staff that there has been a change in the breakfast schedule starting, probably should be a period there, right? New sentence. Starting next week, comma, right? Good. Breakfast will be served at the new time in order to better accommodate everyone's needs. Cool. All right.
In order to accommodate everyone's needs? Like better?
In order to... Oh, well, no, that's fine. Better is okay there. That's okay. In fact, that last sentence, the arrangement of words is not too bad. I mean, it's not important, but usually use a capital S, starting a new sentence, should be a period there, that's not a big deal. I like this sentence. Starting next week, breakfast will be served at the new time in order to better accommodate everyone's needs. Yeah, no, that's okay. No, the first sentence, I would probably change a word in there. Yes, would. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like I use would to make things polite, yeah, because it's a hypothetical thing. It makes it less direct. This means like a real intention in the future. No, you're doing it now, not the future, right? You know, we would like to inform all the students and staff that there has been a change in breakfast schedule. Yeah, so would indicates not the past, but a present tense, conditional, irrational. So anyway, I phrase it a little differently. Also, team 3, I probably make it a little longer to make it more challenging for the student to have to take notes and read through. That's okay, but that's the kind of idea. There's a change in policy. There's a reason. Usually there's 2 reasons, but that's all right. Okay, let's listen to the conversation about this change in policy. Here we go.
Okay. Hey Echo, did you hear the announcement this morning? They are changing our school schedules next month.
Yeah, I did. I'm not happy about it at all. Starting school at 7 a.m., that's way too early.
I actually think it's a great idea. We will get out earlier at 1:30 p.m. That gives us the whole afternoon free.
But who wants to wake up at 5:30 just to get ready? I can barely get up at 6:30 now.
I get it, but think about how much time we will have later. We can do homework earlier, go to the gym, or even just relax.
Sure, but I'm more protective later in the day. My brain doesn't work in the mornings. This change is going to make my grades worse.
Maybe at first, but we will get used to it. Plus, studies show that finishing earlier helps students manage stress better.
Not if I fall asleep in the class from being exhausted, but what about a student who live far away? They'll have to wake up even earlier.
That's true, but maybe the school will adjust the bus schedules. I think it's worth a try. It could be a nice change from our boring routine.
I'm not convinced. Change isn't always good, Emily.
Maybe not always, but sometimes it brings opportunities. Let's see how it goes. You may end up liking it.
We'll see, but I'm still setting fire alarms.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so first of all, I'll say the length is not too bad. It's about 1 minute and 44 seconds. I mean, clearly you guys are reading a script, I think, right? Yeah, so that's fine, from a conversation. It's about a change, but that's a totally different change that's in the announcement. That this is about changing the lunch schedules and stuff like that, right? I don't think y'all, right? Because it's talking about the scheduling of classes. You don't want to get up for classes, right? Isn't that right, Echo? I think what happened is like you all read the announcement or read the conversation, made a recording, and that there was an announcement that went with it, but I think you picked the wrong. So this is an announcement that has nothing to do with the conversation anyway. So you know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyway, FYI. Hey, it's all right. It's the first time taking TOEFL. It's moments like this that you'll remember. It's like, oh yeah, man, I messed up. That's okay. That's all right though. Yeah, all right. That's all right. Yeah, it's totally different. Yeah, I mean, imagine you're a student. You read about breakfast, and then you hear the conversation. It's about schedules of classes. Like, oh, what am I supposed to say? This poor student will be confused. Also, pronunciation was a little rough. I should have probably kind of listened to it a little bit and kind of read your script and give you both of y'all, some feedback on how to pronounce a few words. Maybe had you recorded a second time. Yeah. I'm more productive in the morning. Isn't that what you said, right? Yeah. Just gonna say that out loud. I'm more productive in the morning.
I'm more productive in the morning.
Yeah, productive. Yeah. It sounded a little bit like you said protective or something. Bump, bump, bump. 1, 2, 3. You're stressing the right syllable. 1, 2, 3. Productive. Yeah, duck. Like anyway. Something. Who has a foul grade? I'm kind of not sure what you were saying there, etc. So there was a few words, and there was a couple of things you said. I wasn't quite sure how you were pronouncing it, but you guys were reading it at a good pace. It wasn't too fast. It was just pronunciation of a few words, which I had trouble comprehending what you're saying there. But it's a good example of a conversation that a student would have on speaking question number 2. Feel free to make comments, you guys. Oh yeah, for those of y'all who just came in, Ms. Alex and Emily, what we're doing right now is you're just filling out, making comments on the paper I gave you yesterday. In just a little bit, you guys are going to turn this in for a quiz grade. Yeah, be sure to put your name on it. Feel free to write whatever you want on here, even if it's negative. I will, remove your name. I'll cut it off, or I don't know what I'll do. I'm going to cut it off or something. Black it out like it's FBI documents or something. I don't know. But in order to give you a grade, I need your name on it. Okay, here we go. The man expresses his opinion about the campuses. Good. Announcement. That's fine. State his opinion and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion. All right, that's fine. That's the sort of question you would get. And I think that's true. The man would be the one who was dominant in that conversation. Yeah, I mean, Emily was just pushing back here and there. Okay. Feel free to make, comments on your paper there. All right, speaking question number 3. So this is the one where it's you have to read it something from a textbook. All right. Many cities have started using green roofs to help the environment. That's fine. Sometimes there's a title at the top, but even without it, I've seen them without a title too. I think it's green roofs, that's the idea. That's the subject. So the reading is about green roofs, and it defines it for you. Okay. Recent years, many cities have started using green roofs to help protect the environment. Green roofs are rooftops that are covered with soil and plants. Got a definition, basic one, nice. Green rooftops help reduce air pollution. One of the reasons, details about it, yeah. Lower building temperatures and provide a habitat for birds and insects. Many cities encourage green roofs as a way to make urban areas more environmentally friendly. Pretty cool, yeah, a little bit short, but that's the sort of thing, basic definition of a new idea. That's the sort of thing you'd see on speaking question number 3. All right. So now, let's all enjoy the lecture from Professor Christina. Professor Christina, here she goes.
Now let me give you 2 examples of how green roofs are used in real life. First, in Germany, many cities encourage building owners to install green roofs by offering tax incentives. For example, in Stuttgart, one of the greenest cities in the country, the government gives financial support to people who put gardens on their rooftops. Because of this, thousands of buildings now have green roofs that help clean the air and keeps buildings cooler in the summer. Another good example is in Chicago. The city government installed a large green roof on top of the city hall. This rooftop garden helps lower the building's temperature and reduce the need for air conditioning. As a result, the city saves a lot of money on energy costs while also creating a small habitat for birds and insects right in the middle of downtown.
All right. Great. Good job.
Insects were also
Part of the lesson, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sounds like your class is happening on a green roof, right? I love it. That's a good link. Boy, the delivery wasn't too fast. You have a good, the intonation. Your delivery of how you read it made it very easy for me to follow. You didn't pronounce things in a way that was kind of like I had to work at it. So, and very clearly 2 examples. That's what you need for speaking question number 3. That's what you get. 2 different cities, one in Germany and the other is Chicago, right? And the benefit of both. Okay. Now, a pretty good length, of a minute, just a little bit over a minute. It's usually between maybe a minute and a half, something like that. That's totally fine, what you did there. And that's the announcement. That, plus that, you have to put together an answer in 1 minute. That's challenging enough, I think, but not too challenging, right? I think that hits that middle area where it's challenging enough for a TOEFL student, but not too easy. Using information from the reading and the lecture, good. Record an answer explaining what is the concept of green rooftop, and what are the pros and cons implementing them in the cities. Okay, maybe a bit of the phrasing there maybe a little bit weird. Yeah, what the concept of green rooftops what it is, right? I think they call it a passive causative or a noun clause. You're trying to create a noun clause. You're phrasing it like a question. What is the concept of what the concept of a green rooftop is, and what are the same idea. yeah. What the pros of implementing them in the city are. Yeah, there you go. That's all it is. That's all you needed there. Great. What it is, what is it, and the benefits. Pretty clear instructions. Maybe I just phrase it the instructions to be a little bit more clear. That's all. But otherwise, really great job. Yeah. Okay. That's the sort of thing you would see on the TOEFL. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Now, let's get ready to listen to the last lecture from our projects this semester. Oh my gosh. Here we go.
So let's take a closer look at cognitive dissonance in everyday decision making. Imagine a student who strongly believes that eating healthy is important. However, one day she buys a large bag of chips and eats the whole thing in one sitting. Afterwards, she feels uncomfortable because her behavior conflicts with her belief. Now, to reduce this discomfort, she might do one of two things first. She might change her belief, telling herself that it's okay to treat yourself once in a while. Or she might justify the action, like thinking she was really stressed and needing comfort food. In another example, let's say someone accepts a job offer in a city they don't like. They may later focus on the positives, like the good salary or career opportunities, to make themselves feel better about their choice. This is also an example of reducing cognitive dissonance by altering the way they interpret the situation.
Okay, gotcha. I know what this like. It's hard to hear your own voice, right? Yeah, I know. I hear you. That's why I want to play it. That's okay. We're all friends here. We're all learning. We're all getting better at this. All right. The theme of your lecture is about what's called it's a tricky word to pronounce. Cognitive dissonance. Thank you, Google. You helped me spell it correctly. Yeah. So let's say it together. Cognitive dissonance. Yeah, let's try one at a time. Cognitive. 1, 2, 3. It's related to the mind. I don't know exactly, but let's say it together. Dissonance. Cognitive dissonance. Here, let me hear you pronounce it there, Mr. Echo. You say cognitive dissonance. Try it.
Cognitive dissonance.
Oh, much better. Yeah, it sounds better. That was what you were talking about, right? Right? That was the subject? Yeah, cool. Yeah. Anyway, I think, you know what, a great example of a lecture, it's probably, I think you took an example from a speaking question number 3, because it sounds like at the beginning he's referencing some reading or something, but that's okay. I could still summarize that in 1 minute. And speaking question number 4, the one you were doing, is structured like introducing a new topic, right? And you got 2 subtopics. You had 2 examples in there. So it is structured like a speaking question number 4. That's fine. Right. Here, let's try this word. Yeah, everybody say afterwards. Yeah, afterwards is similar to saying after. Yeah, after it happens, sort of, right? Afterwards. And afterwards. Yeah, it's pronounced words, and words are pronounced the same way. I heard you stress that. It's because you stressed that word. It sounded in my American brain like it's 2 different words. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're just making the transitional phrase. Afterwards, you really regretted its decision. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Anyway. Now one more time. Everybody say cognitive dissonance. Yeah. By the way, so the idea is like cognitive dissonance. The guy, isn't it true, Mr. Drew? Not Drew. Sorry, your shirt says Drew. I mistakenly called you Drew. Echo. Sorry. The first example was the young lady who wants to eat healthy, right? Yeah, but she eats junk food at some point, right? So there's her actions and her beliefs conflict. Isn't that right? There's somebody else who doesn't want to move to a city, but anyway, I don't know. I can't remember the other one. Anyway. Well, this is a good word to know, y'all. Let's say it together. Dissonance. Yeah. Actually, that's a word from music. From music, you know? Yeah. You take a melody, all right, and da 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 da, and another melody, you stick them together at the same time, and it's harmony. La la la. They sound beautiful together, right? But if you take one little melody and a different melody and they conflict, they sound terrible. It sounds awful. It's called dissonance. Yeah, dissonance, like two things that sound terrible together. Here, let me see if I can find an example. Hey, you just kind of reminded me. I'm not correcting you right now. I'm just kind of like, ooh, this is an opportunity to learn a new word. Okay, example, yeah, dissonance, cognitive. No, not kidding. Here we go.
Harbor Freight Tools.
Yeah, LIT is not sponsored by Harbor Freight. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Come on. Let's hear the example. Consonants. Playing at the same time. So, sounds totally fine. And this is an example of dissonance. It's just like this weird combination there. Anyway, that's dissonance. Where there's two ideas that don't harmonize is the idea. So that's why they call it cognitive dissonance, right? Just they don't conflict. Okay. I think the length of it was pretty good. It's just, I probably should have maybe listened to it first, maybe given you some feedback. And what I think I'll do next semester is I'm going to have everybody here, maybe print off the scripts that you guys do so that while we do the whole process, I'll listen to your recording and then I'll make some comments. Oh, you need to maybe re-record it and, work on that word here and there. So anyway, pronunciation was a little tricky here and there, but what I should have done is had you guys print off the script so I can give you all some better feedback. But I like your example. All right, let's take a look at your question. It's right here. Using examples from the lecture, explain what cognitive dissonance is, excellent, and how people reduce it. Yeah, that would be a good summary of the lecture. All right, sounds good. And there you are. There's the team. Yeah, there you are. See, Miss Emily? That's your group photograph. I could tell you and Alex did not want to be in the pictures. Yeah, that's okay. Y'all work together. Hopefully, this is the first time doing TOEFL. Maybe you'll do TOEFL again. You'll have a lot more experience doing this. It's awesome. And it's like Miss Christina is presenting Echo. I don't know what y'all are doing there. All right, so Echo did the conversation, male student on the lecture. Yep. All right, sounds good. All right, y'all, let me close off this thing. And y'all feel free to add some